Welcome back to another exciting episode of Searching for Maximum Flavor, the podcast. Today I have the pleasure of hosting comedic sensation Brandi Denise. Hailing from the vibrant city of Chicago, Brandi's love for a good laugh led her to the world of comedy and acting. And boy, did we laugh until I cried. Are you ready to go on a little adventure with me? Mm-hmm. You don't look too sure.
Because I feel like I don't talk myself into a corner now. I feel like you about to have some rat's ass or something. Like, what we about to eat, girl?
So without further ado, let's welcome the incredible Brandi Denise. Welcome, Brandy, to the Searching for Maximum Flavor podcast. It's so wonderful to have you here.
It's so nice to be here. I'm excited. This is my first food podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the first one?
Ever, yeah.
Are you adventurous, like food-wise?
Yes.
Okay, so that's really great to know. But as far as like searching, I love your story. I mean, I feel like if anybody's been on this journey to get to where you're at, it's you. I mean, I love that you started as a social worker.
Yes.
And now you've hit stardom, and now you're doing all the
Kinda.
Girl, I've seen your work. Congratulations on everything you're doing. But tell me a little bit more of how did everything happen?
So I went to college, I graduated. I knew 2 weeks before I graduated from college that I wanted to start doing stand-up, but I was the first person in my family to graduate. So I was like, let me get this degree, let me give it to my mama, and then I'm about to hit these stages. And so I did that. She was really happy. And after I gave her the degree, she couldn't really like give me any pushback. I'm like, listen, I graduated from college, okay? Yeah. You didn't say I had to do anything else.
And you're from
that.
Chicago, right?
Well, okay. My parents are from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I lived in Chicago when I was younger, and then I decided to move back there once I knew I wanted to pursue comedy. Okay. So I moved back there for 8 years, starting at the beginning of my comedy journey. So it's just a lot easier staying from Chicago. Then I have like family there. My grandparents were there, all of that. But my parents were in the military. Oh. So I don't really like to say where I'm from because I was born in Texas. I started school in Germany. I lived in Ohio, lived in Kansas. I lived in Chicago.
So you've traveled all over.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that contributes to my spontaneity in terms of like living different places, trying different things. I think I've always been like accustomed to just being put in new environments. Yeah. Growing up, like by the time I was 10, I think I had probably went to maybe 7 or 8 different schools.
Oh my gosh.
And so
you had to adapt.
A lot, yeah. And I think that helps my comedy as well. So it's like, you can't put me in any room that I'm just like, what is happening? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know none of y'all, but I'm used to this.
Yeah.
So
what's one of the best things you've tried, out there, anywhere else, like a foreign country, maybe it is in the United States, best dish ever that you still think about nowadays?
Man, that's so hard because I mean, like, obviously you go out to a lot of restaurants, you eat a lot of places. Okay, so it's a couple places that are sticking out. So I can say more than one?
Of course.
Okay, so there was a restaurant, and I don't know if it's still in Orlando, but it was like my first time actually. I think I might have been like 19 or 20, and it was my first time going to like a 5-star restaurant. Me and my friends had dropped a couple $100s on dinner, and this was a lot. We were in college. This was a lot.
I mean, college students aren't typically trying to
do that, and it was so different because we had like it was several people helping our table. Somebody walked me to the bathroom, but it was a place in Orlando. I think it was called Christini's. One of the managers came over and told us that like his family was the one who like discovered, I want to say Alfredo sauce. Like, really? I don't really know, but I remember that was one of my first big experiences. And then obviously I have an aunt who makes red velvet cake, and I don't think a lot of people nail it. No. Because a lot of people make red velvet cake taste chocolate, and hers didn't taste chocolate. It tastes like rich and flavorful, but it never tastes like a chocolate cake that was red. Right. And so hers, and then she put pecans on it, and obviously
Did she use beets?
I don't know. Okay. I've never seen her make it. Okay. Nobody's ever seen her make it. It just
shows
up and everybody loves it.
Well, a real red velvet cake is not made as chocolate cake with red velvet dye. It uses beet juice.
Okay. Yeah. So hers just didn't taste like chocolate cake, and then she used and obviously the cream cheese. And then I went to Italy. Yeah. And before Christini's, I don't think I ever had like homemade pasta. And then just also being over there, everything was just so fresh. I stayed at a couple of different places when I was there because I was there, but I stayed at one of my mother's friends, a friend of the family's home. Yeah. And like I remember her like telling me that the milk expired and like the eggs expired and like all, and I was just like, why does your food go bad? And she's just like, because we don't do preservatives over here. And it's just everything over there just tastes it just tastes like, yeah, like as it was going down, I was feeling like, oh, I feel like this is like nurturing my body.
So that was definitely like a snapshot of a place that you really can connect to the food, and you were like, this is way different than anything I've had. I mean, when I was in Italy, that's exactly what happened to me. The first forkful of just anything, the first pasta, it had a little bit of pesto on it. It was kind of like a rotini, very simple, nothing crazy. A little burrata over the top, an Aperol spritz on the side. First bite, I rolling my eyes back. And I haven't had anything like this in the United States, and forever that will stay permeated in my brain. And any pasta after that, I will always compare it to that moment.
Oh, nice. It's like chasing the high.
Chasing a high. Yep. Yeah. We're all in search of that bliss point.
Right.
Yeah. So any other cool places that you've been to that are memorable like that?
I've Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I love Caribbean food, but I definitely feel like it's like, I feel like sometimes when you travel outside of America, it's like you're so used to eating the American version of things that even if you go try the other one, you're like, oh, I still like the American version. But when I went to Jamaica, like everything there, I was like, whoa, like I feel like they just use so many more spices than we use over here. And I don't know if it was the spices are coming from over here and we just shipping them over here so we get them like watered down. I don't really know what was going on, but the food in Jamaica, just like the jerk, the plantains, just everything, the red beans and rice, just all of it. I thought that was definitely like I could eat and I could live in Jamaica for the food alone.
Oof,
but then
delicious.
I went to London and I wasn't crazy about the food there. And maybe I didn't eat it the right, but you know what? It was just like the regular diners, just regular breakfast, regular lunch. Wasn't crazy about that, but I did go. I wish I could remember the name of it, but I did go to like, it's like downtown London. It's like on the top floor of a hotel. I think it's like 42 floors up. Now we went there. You got to pay $100 just to make reservations, and so we ate there. Now that was really good, but obviously I don't think that was just like London food. I think it was just like a really good restaurant in London. Yeah. And it had like the 360 view of the city and like, so anytime I'm out of town, like my friends get mad at me because they're like, Brandy, like I didn't bring clothes for this. And I'm like, I get it. We're in Cancun, but we got to go to this 5-star restaurant. Like I always just try to make it a mission to eat at one really nice.
Yeah, that's important. Me too. Yeah. If I'm traveling somewhere, I'm making it a point that at the end of every night, let's say we're
Are you every night? You said we doing it every night. My friends would beat my ass.
Well, we're talking about all these like wonderful places, delicious food. What's your relationship with food? How do you look at food in relation to your work now? How do you balance that and still keep that passion for flavor, for these wonderful restaurants like you just spoke about?
So for me, I travel a lot, a couple times a month. I was in Boston recently, and I'll just go out I'll put up on like my social media for my fans, hey, I'm gonna be in Boston, like come to the show, but also where are your favorite places to eat, or what's your favorite thing here? So if I'm doing a show in Philly, I want to go to the best Philly cheesesteak place. And so anytime I'm in a different city, I always try to go to their staples in terms of food, and I want to hear from the locals. And if like the locals don't come through, then I'll like Google it, top 10 places to eat. But typically I want to hear from like people who live in those areas. And then I guess for me too, food helps me decompress. Yeah. Because I am on stage, I am in front of people a lot, performing. It's a very performative lifestyle. And so like people are like, what do you do to relax? I'm like, I cook.
Ah, yes, it's therapeutic.
Yeah. And it's just like the one time in the day where I can turn my phone. I turn on some music, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and for 2 hours, it's just like, I don't have to think about booking, I don't have to think about responding to emails, I don't have to think about jokes, editing, nothing. No people sending me weird messages, nothing. It's just weird messages. It's just like
What's the weirdest message that you've ever gotten on social media?
So this man sent me a picture of his penis, but it wasn't even his penis. He put it on my Facebook wall.
Oh gosh.
He put it on my Facebook wall. And then I took it and I put it back on his Facebook wall. So I gave him a taste of his own medicine. I put it back on his Facebook wall. And instead of like deleting it, he literally commented and was like, bitch, you piece of shit. Like he just commented on his own penis picture and left it. And then I blocked him. But like, that was really weird. And then I had this other one, and I actually posted it in one of like my little the swipes, the photo dumps. It was this older gentleman who was like, it was just like super funny. He was like, "Oh, you're so, hey, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy lady." And I was just like, "Hey," he's like, "Hey, I want to get to know you." And so I was like, "Here was my Cash App," and I sent him my Cash App. And he he goes, "You selfish bitch," and then he blocked me, and I was like, "This is gold." Like, all you gotta do is just ask them for like some money, and they just be like, "Block." So it works out. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, so a day in the life of Brandy.
It depends on which day you're talking about.
A day that you're getting ready to do a show. What does your day look like?
I usually try. I'm going to give y'all the real thing.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, I try to get up. I try to work out. No. If I have a show, because shows are usually like later in the night, I'll try to get up, at least eat breakfast, and then just kind of lounge around. Mm-hmm. I don't try to like overexert myself or do too much. I try not to plan a lot of things in the day. Like, I'm not getting my nails, I'm not getting my hair done, I'm not doing none of that. All that stuff's already done.
Okay.
And then I don't like to go to dinner or anything before.
Okay.
I may like just eat something quick and light while I'm there or while I'm at home. I might go for maybe a walk or just have like a little meditate moment. Mm-hmm. But I just try not to be around a lot of people. I try not to be around a lot of energies. Like when I was just in New York and people were like, "Oh, do you want to go to dinner before the show?" And I'm like, I cannot talk to people before.
Right.
It's time for me to perform, because being on stage for 45 minutes is already, I'm talking, I'm performing, I'm thinking. It's just a lot of work. And then after, sometimes I do like meet and greets, or I just like talk to people after. And it's just like 2 hours of being on. And so I just try to like save all my energy that whole day.
For the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
And I try not to overthink it. Like, I'll sit down and watch Naked and Afraid or just do some regular stuff. Like, I might read a book, but I really do not do much until then. I just kind of nap. I'm like a cat. It's like a cat the day of the show. And then when it's showtime, I'm just like, it's like all of it comes out. It's like, oh, okay, I'm alive.
Of your jokes, are there any of them that are like food related or food related based memory? Of cooking, or maybe the worst meal you've ever had, or maybe an awkward date at a restaurant.
I have so many awkward date jokes. But no, I do have one that I used to do. I haven't done it in so long. It's one of those things I only did a couple of times. But I did used to talk about how, I can never be on, I would say it was man versus food. I can never be on a show like that because me, myself, like, it's regular food I won't eat. I won't even eat Doritos.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not eating no Doritos. And now I heard the Doritos are bad, so I'm really not. So I was ahead of the game. I already knew something was wrong with the Doritos before everybody stopped eating the Doritos.
You're the only person that I've ever that I've met that.
I don't think I've ever even tasted a Dorito before.
But it's from always, or is this something?
For never? It's just. I like my nachos. I don't like stuff on my nachos.
Okay.
So aside from cheese, it's never looked good to me.
How adventurous are you then? You do know you signed up for dark dining.
I do, but I hope y'all not gonna feed me no pieces of humans.
No humans, but no Doritos. Now we know not to feed you Doritos either.
I mean, if it's like a competition or like a show like this, I'll taste a Dorito.
Okay. So from 1 to 10, how adventurous, how open-minded are you in the spectrum of food?
Long as it's not like raw. If it's cooked.
Okay.
Dang, I'm nervous now. I'm like you got me thinking. I've eaten rabbit, kangaroo.
Kangaroo?
Yeah, it's a place in Chicago I ate at that had kangaroo. It kind of tastes like a beef, a little bit sweeter.
Sweeter? Okay, a sweeter version of beef. Was it tender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It wasn't as tender as like medium.
Would you eat it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a Japanese sushi restaurant or something. It was a little toothpick.
What's your favorite thing about comedy?
I get to be myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like...
and I get to travel so much. And even if it's just, I'm going to Atlanta for the weekend, it's nice to just pack up and
go.
Be paid to go to work.
That is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the best. I feel like there's such a connection between like what we do. Mm-hmm. We cook And we hope that that evokes this emotion in people that's like, okay, whether it's bliss, whether it evokes a memory that brings them back to their childhood.
Right.
Or maybe it's just something that they're going to continue to like pine over for years because they tasted something so amazing.
Right.
You provide laughter, another emotion that,
Yeah.
you know, this feeling, this moment that they're going to just remember forever as well and want to repeat. You know, I feel like laughter is addictive.
It is. It is. I like connecting with the people, and like maybe like cooking. You know, everything you cook, everybody might not like,
Right.
and it's just like I feel like my comedy in some cases is an acquired taste. So if it's like if you like it, then like I'd rather have a solid group of people who really like it than like people who just like it's just like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
So you know, like you want some real you really like my food. I like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you ready to go on a little adventure with me? You don't look too sure. You're like,
Cause I feel like I done talked myself into a corner now. I feel like you about to have some rat's ass or something. Like, what we about to eat, girl?
well, the first.
Oh, I gotta close my eyes.
Yeah. Well, the first step is
because
that
I'm like,
you're gonna have to blindfold yourself here.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm so happy that these fake lashes, cause I would have. Yeah. Okay. These are fake ones, but.
Pick whichever one you want. You know, maybe something that brings out your personality.
I know. I'm looking for something to match my outfit. This is cute. Okay.
Yeah, that is cute. That's a good one.
Oh Lord, y'all pray for me.
You're gonna do just
Oh my
fine. You're a
God.
kangaroo. You'll be fine. Okay, so how this is gonna work, I'm gonna guide you step by step. You just have to use your sense of sound, you know, of listening, to follow these steps. By suppressing the sense of sight, all of your other senses become heightened. Okay, so you're going to be in like this euphoric state while you're eating because you're leaning on the senses that you do have available. So you're going to place your hands right in front of you, flat on the table. Well, you already went to step 2, so that's great. You're already touching the plate. That's perfect. All right, so you're going to inch your way towards the center of the plate
With my hand.
with your hands, and you're going to touch. As soon as you start to touch a piece of anything, a fill in the blank, you're going to grab it. We're using the sense of touch here. You're going to grab it, and then you're going to bring it to your nose to smell it. There we go. Any familiar aromas here? Any familiar textures?
I feel like this is cheese.
Okay. You smell cheese right away?
Maybe not, because it kind of is this like a. It's got a sweet smell behind it too.
Okay. All right. So the next step is going to be for you to taste it.
Oh. Is this Oh, what is this like? Some cheesecake or something?
Cheesecake.
This is like cheese, but it's got like a sauce on it. But no, it's just cheese. Yeah, it's definitely cheese.
Okay.
That's a strong cheese.
Okay. Is it a familiar cheese though?
I don't know cheese a lot. I don't know a lot of cheese. That's a strong cheese though. I would put that maybe in a little bit of shrimp and grits.
Ooh.
Like my shrimp and grits with some sharp cheese.
Okay, so now you're gonna take your blindfold off. We're gonna talk about this cheese.
You got me nervous. I don't even want to know what I just ate. Oh my God. Shit.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let me see.
So it's Parmesan cheese, to be specific, pecorino, which is an even stronger version of Parmesan. So you were right when you said strong cheese.
Yeah.
So, and that's
I put
balsamic.
some Parmesan in my shrimp and grits before.
Okay, yeah. And then that's balsamic glaze on the top. So you
Okay.
were right with smelling sweetness. Yeah.
Okay,
You threw me off with the
okay.
cheesecake, but you got it. But
Yeah, it was definitely. I was like, this is a different type of cheesecake.
were you able to pick up that it was cheese just by touch, or was it
Yeah.
still unfamiliar?
Yeah,
from
I could kind of tell by the way it felt.
Okay.
But
How
then
did
I
you
felt like
feel?
this was a strawberry drizzle or something. I didn't know.
Not too far off. How did you feel like during the experience? Were you like apprehensive? Were you nervous? Were you relaxed after we started, or?
Yeah, once I like smelled it and I knew it was a familiar smell with cheese, I was like, well, it can be. It's not like nothing like crazy. Like,
Was it strange to not have your sense of sight available with food?
yeah, because then I'm like, well, wait a minute, y'all could be tricking me. What is it? But no, it definitely made me. You said this is a stronger type of Parmesan. Parmesan's never tasted strong to me before, so maybe that's because I was blindfolded.
Yep. That's exactly what happens.
Okay.
Are you ready for round 2?
Yeah, now I'm excited. I'm gonna start eating all my food. But I'm like, turn off the lights. I'm about to serve breakfast. Oh, she over there.
So
heating
you were
something
recently in Italy, right?
Not recently. It was a while ago, but I want to
yeah?
go back. Mm-hmm.
What part of Italy was it?
I flew into Rome. Then I
Okay.
took the train to Napoli.
Uh-huh.
Then I went to Sorrento.
Okay.
And I also went to the Amalfi Coast.
Oh,
And,
beautiful.
Yeah.
What was
good.
your okay, best spot in Italy? I've got one city I can go to. Where am I going out of the ones you visited? I only have time for, I got 2 days. Where am I going?
I mean, it just depends. I had a really good time in Napoli. Yeah. And then like also.
Where pizza's from?
Yeah.
Did you have
and
great pizza there?
I had margarita pizza there. And the man gave me like a whole history behind it. And now usually when I order pizza, that's the type of pizza I get.
Okay.
So that changed that.
How does that measure up to Chicago pizza?
Oh man, don't get me started.
I knew I was going to start something with it.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's just different. It's like a sloppy Joe and a hamburger. It's
Right,
the same. It's the same elements, but it's different.
Different, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You ever had Italian Fiesta in Chicago?
No. What
Okay.
is that?
So it's a pizza on the South Side,
Mm-hmm.
Hyde Park. They have it on South Shore, but Obama had them come to the White House and make it.
Oof.
It's the best pizza in Chicago, I believe.
But is it deep dish or?
No, it's very
okay.
close to like home running.
Okay.
So it's got like that. It's like that thin, just good quality bread. The square cuts.
Yeah.
The cheese is very thick. And then they have like the sausages. I don't even eat sausage, but I eat sausage on that.
Best dish you had in Italy?
I would just say like spaghetti and meatballs. I had this spaghetti and meatballs, and I don't know if it was just like the view and everything, but I had it at this cafe at the top of the Amalfi Coast. And maybe I was really hungry because, it's a long walk up there. In the sun, it was hot. It was very hot. I think it was in August. But this is spaghetti and meatballs up there, and you're like looking over. And it's just beautiful and it's scenic. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I feel like I'm looking at a picture, but I'm in it.
So do you believe that the sense of sight, because you're talking about the view, you're talking about what you're looking at, can that really affect the flavor of the food?
Yeah, I definitely think so. If I was eating that in a movie theater and it was like a terrible movie on, it would not have hit the same. It's like, I'm in Italy by myself. It was very empowering because then it's like, now I think I'm Julia Roberts, right?
That's right. So you went to Italy by yourself. So you're
now I'm by myself. I'm in Italy. People around me speaking Italian. I don't know what the hell they saying.
What inspired that trip?
What inspired that trip was my friend flaking on my trip to Thailand.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like,
Flaking on your trip to Thailand. Okay, so
Yeah.
switch of plans.
yeah. And I, as a comedian, when you schedule time off, time is off.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't have any gigs for 2 weeks, so I could call around and get some, but it's like, well, I plan to not work for 2 weeks. And so, she told me she couldn't make it maybe like 5 days in advance. And I just started Googling safest places for women to go alone. That came up. I looked at the prices. They weren't outrageous. I did not tell anyone. I called my mom from the airport and I said, hey, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm on my way to Italy. She's like, Brandy, stop playing. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to get on the plane. I'll call you in 9 hours. So yeah, I'm that person. She was upset, but she got over it.
When you're looking for places to eat, specifically in like a foreign country, how do you find the places?
I'll typically.
Do you stumble upon them? Do you ask locals? Do you use consumer review sites? How do you find them? Social media?
I ask locals and sometimes social media, but sometimes people are only limited to like the places that they've gone. Or I'm a big researcher. I research things.
Yeah.
And so, for the most part, I try to be intentional with my eating. But I mean, like, it depends on if I'm there for a while, then obviously you just like walk into a diner and, like I'm hungry right now. But also if I see a line anywhere, I want to know what's going on. What y'all over there doing?
So you're curious. I would say you're a curious person. You're researching, you're paying attention to your surroundings, you're paying attention if there's a line. We are about to embark on dish number 2. Okay. So you are going to place your hands right
Oh, this
there.
smells good.
All right, so sense of smell hit right off the top. Okay, so you're touching the dish. You're going to kind of hug it. There you go. You're going to first use your right hand to kind of graze your finger over the top gently, being mindful that it might be hot.
Oh, I feel the heat.
Yes. So get closer to it until, drop your hand gently down until you start to touch something. There you go.
Okay. Ooh,
Okay,
that is
then.
hot.
There you go. You got texture. Okay, now you're going to grab the dish and you're going to bring it towards your nose to see if you can get, don't worry about
I know the smell.
it. You know the smell? Okay. What are you picking up?
Truffle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Truffle.
Definitely like a sauce.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to place it down and then you're going to bump into a fork on your right hand. Yep. There you go. Now you might want it there. I was going to say touch it with your left hand.
I've been
Perfect.
blind before. Just
Oh, I was going to ask,
No.
have you been blindfolded before? Well, during an eating experience?
Well, somebody was eating all right. Get me out of here.
Okay, so now you're, I can't come back from that.
Okay.
So you're going to take a forkful, try to kind of use the fork like a shovel. You're not going to pinch,
Ooh,
you're
it's
going to
a
shovel.
shovel.
There you go.
Oh.
Now it's very hot. You already identified it was warm, so blow on it. There we go.
Is my
Perfect.
mouth closed?
There. Yep. There we go. What are you tasting? What are you feeling? Did temperature come first? Did flavor come first? Did the aroma hit you first? What was the first thing that you experienced?
I'm a texture person, so I felt like it was like wet in my mouth. It was like a sauce, a creamy sauce. But I'm pretty sure this is risotto.
Okay, take your blindfold off. Okay. You were right.
This is good.
It's a white truffle risotto. So you
Ooh,
had
I got the
truffle. You
truffle
got it
right,
right.
too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this to my friends. I told y'all I'd be cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Ooh,
it's
what?
topped off with a little bit of pesto.
I've never done that. I like that.
Oh, thank you. And this was inspired by your trip to Italy. So we were like, okay, she was passionate about that trip to Italy. She was doing her Julia Roberts. So let's hit her with some familiar flavors.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is really good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. So what were you feeling though? Did you feel less nervous now?
Yeah, when I smelt it and I put my finger in it. At first, when I touched it, I thought it was pasta,
Okay.
and then it smelled familiar.
Okay.
And so I didn't feel. And then the first one being cheese,
Yeah.
I wasn't like, which I felt like y'all trying to get my defenses low.
Oh,
And then y'all
that
gonna
could have been a
put
tactic.
some rat's ass over there. Y'all like, yeah. Ease her in, cheese, a little bit of risotto.
Well, we have something else for you though.
Okay.
You
so
ready
I'ma
for round
stop it.
3?
Yep, I'm gonna stop. I'm ready.
For round 3, you're gonna place your hands flat on the table.
Oh, it's already here.
It's already there.
Oh, y'all sneaky. Y'all be sneaking the food up.
Yeah. So you're going to inch your hands flat like that towards the bowl that you're gonna find in this. There we go.
It's cold.
Okay. So all right. So touch. So you figured out that it's cold. So sense of touch is the first one we hit. Now you're gonna bring that towards your nose. See if any smells are familiar.
Yeah.
What are you smelling?
I feel like I don't want to mess it up, but hold on. It's definitely sweet. I'm trying to see this cream. I can't tell if it's a cream or not, but is this like an Italian ice? I can't tell if it doesn't smell like ice cream. It smells like a sherbet.
Okay. So you're smelling fruitier,
Fruitier.
fresher,
There you
fresh
go.
things? And you've identified that it's cold.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Maybe it's a berry for sure. think.
Okay, so now you're going to grab a spoon that's right there. You go. You got it. Okay. So you're going to use the spoon like a shovel. Again, go from, try to hit towards the bottom. Yeah, you're going to,
hold on, wait.
there's a few things going on there. It's not just one thing.
Good?
Yeah.
I got it.
You got, yeah, you might have to do it twice, but you got stuff. There you go. Okay, now you got to, now you got to taste it.
Okay.
What's texture wise? What did you feel on your palate initially?
Like a fudge.
Okay.
And then something there with some texture. I don't know, something on it like it's kind of cookie or something, kind of a soft sprinkle of something. And then I don't know, I just ate something and I don't know what it was that I just chewed up. Here it is again. Oh, that's a berry. That's a blueberry?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now let's take off the mask.
I've never eaten whatever this is. What is this?
This is a limoncello tiramisu
Okay.
with fresh berries up top.
I've never eaten this.
Okay.
And what's this inside?
So you have
This is the stuff I couldn't identify.
it's basically like a ladyfinger.
Mm-hmm. I
So
don't know
it's
what that is.
It's like a biscuit cookie. It's a little bit lighter, so then when it's soaked in the limoncello syrup, it's kind of spongier.
I did say it was like a cookie, but it was like softer.
Yes.
Okay.
It takes on
nice.
almost like a sponge cake.
I like it. And I can't really like. Yeah, I couldn't tell what this was. Y'all got me.
So what did you think of dark dining? Like blindfolded dining. What did it do to your senses? How did you feel throughout the whole experience? What's your take at the end?
I love this. I like it.
Yeah.
It's like sexy.
It makes you aware of what touch, smell, sound,
Yeah.
and puts you in a vulnerable state.
Very.
Yeah. And then you start to get that little like antsy, you're anticipating something.
Yeah, and I also I'm like a competitive person, so I was like I also wanted to like I was like I want to get this right, you know, and I was just like
Yeah, that's what you were like. I need a second scoop to. I'm not getting this wrong.
And I'm like, and it's also interesting too. Like, I don't think it wouldn't have been as what's the word I'm looking for, distinguishable if I hadn't had this on, that I had never eaten that taste before.
Right.
I would have just eaten it, and it just would have been like, oh, it's just something I ate. I would have never been like, oh, I've never had this taste before, but I've never tasted that before.
And now, is this moment gonna make it to one of your jokes?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be like my version of it because this was amazing. It's nothing funny in this at all. But this was amazing, and I definitely, I don't know, I'm gonna tell my friends about this. Like,
thank you.
You gotta eat in the dark, y'all been missing out.
Well, speaking of missing out, I don't want anybody to miss out on anything that's going on with you because you're just so cool.
Thank you. I tell my friends that all the time. I'm like, I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, I try to tell my friends the same thing, but mine don't believe me.
They don't believe me neither. They're like, Brandy, cool people don't say they're cool. I'm like, but.
No, but you are cool.
But I do.
Well, I want to keep getting to know you. You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, let's go.
City life is better than country life.
Absolutely.
Okay. People should get a ticket for leaving a shopping cart in the parking lot.
No, they should not. Okay. Somebody got it. That's a job. It's employing somebody.
That's true. The youngest child is always the favorite.
No.
You say you.
I'm the oldest. I'm the favorite.
Oh, okay.
I know that. Yeah.
Early birds are more productive than night owls.
No. It's just a different schedule.
People are inherently good.
Absolutely not.
I agree. Expiration dates on food are more of a suggestion than a rule.
Definitely a suggestion.
Dunkin' is better than Starbucks.
No. The coffee?
Yeah, Dunkin' is better than
coffee or donuts.
It doesn't say here, but let's assume it's coffee.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't know Dunkin' as a coffee place. It's a donut place. It's a donut shop.
Agreed. Of 3 meals, breakfast is the best.
Brunch.
Middle seat should get both armrests.
Yeah.
The one who asked the other on a date should pay. If you asked, you pay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Yeah, you got me. I'm like, okay. What if somebody suggested? You know, it's a suggestion. It's not a question. So
55 degrees is cold.
outside?
I mean, it just says 55 degrees is cold.
Outside? No, it's not cold. Okay. It's chilly.
Okay.
So you had a whole lot of questions for me. That's all you've been doing nonstop.
Yeah.
Just pow, 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 pow.
Yes.
So I got some questions for you.
Okay.
Are you an open book?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
I mean, I'd like to
Okay,
think so.
yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right. Should you become friends with your ex?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but I guess. You got a man right now?
Yes.
And he know you friends with your ex?
Yes.
That's a good relationship. Aunt is pronounced aunt or aunt?
Aunt.
I just said aunt is pronounced. So that's wrong. So we're going to keep going.
I couldn't even get past the first question. Okay.
You should not hook up with anyone if they're drunk.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. You ever hooked up with somebody ever hooked up with you when you was drunk?
No.
So you always sober?
Not always sober.
Okay, I'm just wondering. It's the things we need to know. Girls should get extra sick days for their periods.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I never got one sick day.
Me either.
Yeah, so they should start with one. Yeah, I'm talking about extra. Where the first one at?
Yeah.
All right. That's crazy. That should be a law.
Yeah.
True or false?
Okay.
Apples are better than bananas.
True.
Which ones are better in the bedroom? Like, I guess if you had to play like food foreplay. I feel like you play food foreplay. You a chef. You like.
I think we work with food all day long and we don't bring it to the bedroom. No.
Okay, so you don't want to see
No.
apples or bananas. You say, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is it a bad fashion rule to wear white pants after Labor Day?
No.
Right, we grown.
Come on, exactly.
Why would you buy me some pants? How about that? Because I wear what I want to wear, right?
Yeah, right.
Ooh. Is someone calling their boyfriend daddy weird or creepy?
Yes.
You think so?
I mean, I just, daddy to me is my dad. Mm-hmm. Like, I just.
What about papi?
No.
Papi.
No, I can't do it.
None of that?
No, not
so
for
what's
me.
like a nickname? What's a cute one?
Babe. Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's how you don't get them mixed up. You call everybody babe. That's a good one. I like that. That's some pimp shit. That's real good. Start calling everybody babe. Yeah. You know I never forget your name, babe. You know it. You like my comedy? Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite kind.
I saw you watch my story earlier.
I did.
Why you didn't follow me?
I'm gonna follow you. Yes.
Who's more famous, Beyonce or Kim Kardashian?
Ooh, I want to say Kim.
In the whole world?
I think so.
You think so? That's a good one. What about Beyonce or Michael Jackson?
Beyonce.
So you think it's Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, then Michael Jackson?
Yes. In present time.
That is insane. I feel like if I saw Beyonce, I might run a little bit. If I see Kim Kardashian, I'm not moving.
Oh.
Would you move if you saw Kim? Would you run? Who would make you run? Like, who's the celebrity that would make you run?
Like, run towards them, run away from them? Which kind of run are we talking about?
I don't, like, not one to run away from, but one, like, okay, so if you like, oh man, I'm here, I'm grocery shopping, and then this celebrity is standing at the end of the aisle. Not run, but you're going to walk up to them. You have to say something to this person.
Taylor Swift.
Girl, you a Swiftie?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's cool.
Yeah,
is $100 a lot of money?
Yes.
Is $50 a lot of money?
Yes.
Is $20 a lot of money?
Yes.
So what's not a lot of money to you?
What's the cheapest thing that you could buy? I don't know, like a pack of gum or something.
So $5 is a lot of money to you?
Yeah, because you don't know what position somebody might be in where that can mean a lot of money. Maybe that's $5 might be what they need to fill their tank of gas or be able to buy a ticket to get to their loved ones or whatnot. You don't know what they're missing.
You grew up with a hard life?
No.
No?
Thankfully, no.
Good.
Yeah.
And you still think that way. That's great. I was hoping you would have said that $100 is not a lot of money because I said, give me some. But you was like, $2 is too much. It's like, okay, well.
Don't be sending me your cash app.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'd rather give up cheese than oral sex. True or false? How do you even?
Who came up with this question?
I'd rather give up cheese. Yeah. So which one would you give up? You have to. You can never have either one again.
But
receiving oral sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Like that's got to be the only option.
Okay. It's great question. I'm giving up oral sex. Cheese.
And I get that because you're a chef. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And me too.
There you go.
Yeah. Because most of the time it don't be done right anyway. But cheese always hits.
There you go.
So.
Done. 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 This was the best of the best. Oh my God! Thank you.
So fun.
You were
so great.
I had.